Hi everyone, Nikita here again. Today I'm going to review the Dairy Fairy Rose Pumping Bra. This is the bra which can be bought from online retailers. I bought mine from a retailer in Australia called the Fluffa Mama, but there are a few other retailers that do stock this bra. The Rose bra retails for around $50 depending on where you buy it from and obviously shipping costs, which I did find was probably one of the medium priced pumping bras. Like I mentioned in the overview video, this bra is a pumping only bra. You wouldn't wear it if you were trying to breastfeed and then pump afterwards, or breastfeed and pump. You could use it obviously as an exclusive pumper, or you could wear it during the day if you're at work and only needed to pump and then swap into a breastfeeding bra when you got home to breastfeed your baby. So I'll show you how this one looks on, and I'll show you how it functions with the Medela flange and the Spectra flange, just so it gives you a bit of an idea and a little bit of my thoughts on the bra. The Dairy Fairy Rose bra is available from sizes small to 2 extra large, which about equates to a 10A is what their website says, to about a 20G. So there is quite a large difference in the bra. It doesn't change, the cup size doesn't change, so obviously a 2XL, which is a size that I wear for about an 18 double G, would be, if you didn't have that large of a bust, you wouldn't be able to opt to get a smaller cup size. But I do find that it's not the most supportive bra for a double G size, but it does the job quite well. So it just depends on what you're needing it for. I probably wouldn't wear it if I was running around all day for work and needed a lot of support, but it's quite good. I wear this pretty much every day and I find that it works really well. So some of the other features of the bra before I put it on to show you are that it has really wide straps, probably a good 2 centimeters of strap width there, with a really soft lining on the underside. It has a nice big ring at the front there, so it does swivel quite well and it is quite comfortable to wear. Obviously the adjustable strap at the back there. One of the other features that they have, which I really like, is they have 2 positions, I guess, for you to put the shoulder straps, where if you needed to have this wider, so say you were wearing it during pregnancy and then we're going to use it obviously to pump afterwards, but just wanted a soft, comfortable bra for pregnancy, you can wear it quite wide and have the straps closer in so that they don't fall off your shoulders, or shortly after giving birth when your ribs are still flared, you would be able to have it wider and then move it more narrow as those ribs come back together, or as you lose weight postnatally, or just to adjust it for comfort, which is really great. So I often find that bras that are quite stretchy, so they stretch over time, they become looser, don't fit as well. So to have that option there is really, really great. The other thing that obviously you could take these out and cross them over. So if you prefer a crossover style, you have that option as well. So it's quite handy depending on what kind of top you're wearing. But obviously the thick straps, if you're wearing a really thin spaghetti strap top, these might not work for you. This is what the Rose bra looks like when it's worn. Obviously I'm wearing a bra underneath, so it has a little bit of extra support, but it does dip quite low in the middle. So there is a little bit of uni boob that can happen sometimes, but I find overall it's quite a comfortable bra. It doesn't dig in underneath. There's no areas where I find that it's really uncomfortable. And the shoulder straps have plenty of room. Because I'm quite tall, sometimes having these shoulder straps, I find I can't lengthen them long enough, but because it's designed to cross over at the back, it gives you that extra length, which is quite handy. And the sliders don't sit on my shoulders and dig in or anything uncomfortable like that. So overall, it's a really comfortable bra. For the different flange options with this bra, I do really love that it can fit any type of flange. Obviously some of the bras are designed more for the Medela flange because you can separate it. So the idea would be you'd put the flange underneath, through the hole, and then attach it together. But with some of the pumping bras, doing this with a regular flange, you have the tendency to stretch out the hole and it doesn't get as good of a seal. Whereas with this pumping bra, because the material is doubled over, you can actually slide your flange into the fabric and then through on the other side. So it is really easy to put an all-in-one Spectra flange into this bra without stretching it, having to undo your bottles to put it in backwards or anything like that. And the other thing that I find really great about this bra is that it is soft, so you can move it around depending on where your nipple position is. With some of the other bras, I found that it was really only worked if your nipples were quite central. Otherwise you felt like you were tugging on your breasts and it was quite sore in that regard. And then obviously taking it out is the same thing. I just loop my finger around, bend the flange down to collect any milk that might be sitting in the flange, and then helps that to drop down into the collection bottle. So that's how it works with the 2. Obviously the Medela, you wouldn't have to separate it all the time. You could leave it together. just slide it in, and it's quite simple and easy to do. I can do this with one hand if I was feeding a baby, if I was trying to do something at work or something like that. It is quite easy. There you go. And then obviously take it out. It is probably good to have two hands just so you don't spill milk everywhere. But all in all, this is a great bra. I haven't found the material stretches too much. Probably if you weren't using a breast pad, you might find that sometimes the little slit can open up a little bit, but I've never found it to be a problem. I must say, this is the bra that I wear all the time. I find it's just so comfortable. It's really easy. I hate having to put anything on to express, but I do wear a nursing cami over the top just to give a little bit of extra support and stop that uni boob a little bit. So I do use the Hot Milk camisole because it does have the A-frame support, so I find that gives a little bit of separation in the middle and a little bit of extra support, and then I would just drop that down when I'm ready to pump and then put it back up, like lift it back up when I'm finished. So the one last thing about the Rose bra is it is made of nylon lycra. It is quite a soft material. It's really comfortable against my skin. I haven't had any irritations or any issues like that, and it has worn really well. This is actually the second bra that I have bought because I do wear it all the time, and the one that I've had longer, it still looks really good. There's no issues with it. It's held up really well. So this is definitely a great investment, and only $50. It's not the most expensive pumping bra, and I definitely get the use out of it for that price. So I hope you found my video on the Dairy Fairy Rose bra helpful in making your decision on what pumping bra might work best for you. Make sure you check out the rest of the playlist for the other pumping bras that I mentioned in the overview video. If you have any questions about the Rose bra, where to purchase it or how it works, please leave me a comment down below. Otherwise, don't forget to click subscribe to hear all the rest of our pumping videos, and have a lovely day. See you, everyone.